student aid so I can buy a new fucking laptop. Need it.
Wait until Black Friday.
Is it
I
worth
know
it
that's
though?
quite a ways away, but you know.
Is that worth it? Because I feel like they could just pull like a thing like Amazon did with Prime Day.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Anyway, one boop.
Beep,
Two boop.
beep.
Three boop. I forgot to do a thing. I need to go do a thing. Why would my brain just remember last second?
Let's refresh.
Tumblr, please.
Tumblr won't stop. Can't stop.
Tumblr, cooperate with me.
Don't stop, wearing mug now.
Are you going to be okay?
Who are you directing that to?
I don't
Everyone.
know.
I don't know.
Shinpachi, there's some trash over there. Go throw it away. Oh my god, Shinpachi.
Alright, post that. Button. Let's go.
Yeah.
Intro time.
Mm-hmm.
Hakuoki.
This is a work of fiction.
Really? No shit. I was actually just like under the impression that this was based on true events.
I mean, it
It
kind of
is.
is.
Yeah.
It is. It's actually shockingly historically accurate in spite of the vampires.
Yep. And the demons.
And the demons.
I think you mean devils.
I will fucking murder you.
Technically, the best term would be ogres. God damn.
Ogre Pond, don't bring her into this.
Don't bring me cut into this. Yeah, I thought so. It's not any of my business. It's not gonna be my business. If Soji is dying of tuberculosis. Love how it actually lists their voice actors.
Yeah.
Mamoru Miyano, Yuki Kaji, and Daisuke Ono. Diono. Hello, Sato Kamada.
We're back.
Yeah.
Oops.
Welcome back.
I pressed the wrong button.
No.
This one. Also.
Oh, I'm gonna go get my box of chips.
Okay.
Because I have
Have
a
fun.
feeling I'm going to need them.
What are we doing
Dubbing.
now? Oh, okay. Guess I'll just be here in the background.
I suppose so.
I have like 40 minutes until I have to go to work, so I just finished eating something. So
Fuel before work.
Also, I just needed to send Miki's doggy.
Yeah,
End
also
of June 1864.
At 6, I have a movie.
Oh,
We're going to
wow.
be watching the family Star Wars.
Oh.
Sour cream and onion. That'll be good.
End of June 1864. Weeks passed since the Battle of the
I think-
Ikeda Inn.
You
I was
think?
gonna say, I think Hijikata's favorite flavor of chips would be salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be like a salty person? Like a reference or something?
Yeah, I'm picking on him.
Yes. I don't think he quite has the full Hijikata experience just yet.
No.
Sorry, I apologize in advance. I am very, 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 very sorry.
Are you though?
Are you?
I am sorry to everyone who has to be subjected to the fact that Hijikata is both my ADHD hyperfixation and my autistic special interest. Yes.
Oh no.
I mean, I'm autistic too, so.
Well then.
Wait, well, I think just the entire Shinsengumi is my fucking fascination at the moment.
Weeks have
Yeah.
passed.
Honestly, same.
The Shinsengumi grew stricter during their rounds to arrest the numerous outlaw ronin that escaped from the inn. Rumors surfaced of extremists who were plotting to exact revenge on the Shinsengumi. Additionally, there were also problems occurring with warriors from other domains.
Oh no.
The atmosphere at the compound had been tense. Even so, things were finally settling down. As a result of my efforts during the battle, they relaxed their supervision. The Shinsengumi allowed me to sweep the area in front of the headquarters on my own. One day, I was out cleaning the courtyard by myself when I heard soft footsteps approaching me.
Excuse me, but is this the Shinsengumi headquarters?
Oh, yes! The voice came from behind me, so I was caught off guard when answering. Didn't I meet you the other day?
Ah, hello. It's been a while since the tea shop.
I met him on the first day I was allowed to leave the Shinsengumi compound. It was the mysterious samurai who helped me while I awaited Hijikata-san's return at the tea shop. Thank you for your help the other day.
There's the first drink of the session. Yay!
Yeah.
Water.
I
Yep.
have guacamole gamer fart.
It sounds so weird every time you fucking say it.
It's strawberry lime.
And the name absolutely does not reflect that.
I know because he decided to just like shit post and everything with it. So his ramen noodle pack on the site is also a shit post. It's called Swamp Assassin.
Jesus.
He wanted to call it Swamp Ass, but GamerSubs told him no. He said, "Okay, Swamp Assassin." Okay.
No problem. I mean, as I told you then, the pleasure was all mine. In any case, I'm glad to see you doing well, Chizuru-chan.
Come to think of it, this man had called me by my name when I encountered him. But I never learned his name. I remember Hijikata-san scolded me for not asking, so I brought it up. I'm so sorry for never asking your name despite you saving me.
And number 2.
Chizuru, stop!
Never.
That's nothing. With 7 Scarlet, it was just like one after another.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's really bad.
May I have your name?
Please allow me to introduce myself.
God damn it. His eyes twinkled kindly before he spoke, but I heard a faint melancholy in his voice.
Iba Hachiro.
So glad that you do the same thing too.
Eh? Wait,
Put
what?
them in
Last
the
name
correct
first,
order.
first
Oh.
name second.
Yeah.
I just read what's on screen. Or should I switch to doing that too? For consistency's sake.
Yeah, really.
Meh. Huh. Iba Hachiro. I had to tell Hichikata-san later. So, how may I help you today, Iba-san? Right?
Yeah, she calls him Iba-san.
Yeah.
ええ実は
Oh, well,
Iba-san kept glancing towards the compound. I assumed his business was with the Shinsengumi. When I first met him, Iba-san defended a tea shop owner from Takeda-san. During this time, Takeda-san had proudly declared himself as a warrior of the Shinsengumi. I slightly suspected Iba-san intended to visit and inform the leaders about the incident. Ichigata-san showed up suddenly as if he'd overheard us talking.
it's a sixth sense.
Oh, Ichigata-san, this man is... Before I could finish my sentence, Iba-san ran towards Ichigata-san.
あやっぱり
Oh,
トシさん
I knew it!
ハチロです
Toshi-san! It's
お久しぶり
me!
です
Hachiro! Long time no see!
Wait,
ハチロか
Hachido?
なんだってこんな
What the hell are you doing here?
When Ichigata-san realized who it was, his eyes grew wide.
So basically,
驚きました幕命で教師たちに来た
Are
ん
you
です
surprised? I'm in Kyoto on orders from the shogunate.
What is even here for terminology that's not highlighted?
I don't know.
Let's see.
Shogunate.
Shogunate orders. Orders given by the shogunate.
Orders given by the shogunate.
Okay, orders is not a word. I guess that's why it's not highlighted. The fuck?
Thanks for the fucking clarification, terminology.
新選組って本当に
Forget
トシさ
about
んたち
me.
のことだったんです
So it
ね
really was you connected to the Shinsengumi.
この目で見るまでは信じられなかったけ
I
ど
couldn't believe it until I made sure for myself.
おめでとうございます
Well,
本当に
Congratulations.
侍に
You
なれたん
really
ですね
did become a samurai.
おい
come on, don't mock me. I mean, we're treated no better than any Ronin.
でも侍になりたいっ
Yes,
て夢が
but your dream of becoming a samurai came true.
He's just Hijika's just standing there eating his vinegar and salt chips.
嫌がすなって言ってんだろ
I said don't mock me.
いいえ
Oh, come now. The Shinsengumi are famous in Edo. You are so feared that even crying children go hush.
He shouts. Fusroda.
池田屋の話も聞いています
I heard about your victory at the Ikeda Inn. It would seem you... Wow. It would seem you rather flourishing.
It's not a very, like, British Isle thing to say.
ぼちぼちってところ
Oh, we're working on it.
Look at him, blushy. Oh,
I knew it was coming.
he's so cute.
That calls for it.
Ichigata-san seemed to be unusually flustered as he looked away. Looked like Iba-san had come to pay Ichigata-san a visit.
Yeah, because he's like Hijikata's biggest fanboy.
Oh god, what is that word?
The rapport.
Poor.
Okay, thank you, because that tripped me up like 12 times before. I also forgot how to say it again.
Rapport.
Rapport, okay. The rapport suggested they'd known each other for some time. Were they good friends? Maybe. Possibly.
That she is silent.
I still needed to
Yeah,
tell
they're. I was gonna say, yeah, they're besties.
I still needed to tell Hijikata-san that Hiba-san was the samurai who came to my aid at the tea shop. Once I verified their conversation had come to a halt, I mustered the courage to speak to Hijikata-san. Hijikata-san?
Hmm?
This was the young gentleman who helped me with Takeda-san the other day at the tea house.
No fucking way.
Ichikata furrowed his eyebrows.
That would be his reaction. No fucking way. Oh, I see. Well, sorry for the kid causing trouble. Well, rather, I guess you saw something you shouldn't have seen.
たまたま通りがかっただけです。
I just happened to pass by. Besides, I was there for personal reasons, so I didn't report it to anyone.
I just happened to pass by. Well, thanks for that. Hey, why don't we don't need to have this conversation out here in the sun. Why don't you come inside?
I couldn't quite place Hijikata-san's expression as he ushered Iba-san into the compound. Whoosh.
Whoosh.
I brought tea for the two in the common room. Ichikata-san told me to remain there, so I decided to listen to their conversation. As if you could do anything else in the common room.
Yeah, really. So, you say you came to Kyo with shogunate orders? What are you here for?
今は奥詰め役を
I'm
務めて
currently a member of the Okuzume.
Oh, you mean like that VTuber down at the bottom of the screen?
Oi.
Yeah, yes, her, exactly that one. I believe she assisted me in my early training.
I hate how there's so little information on the Okuzumes. Ugh. Okuzume, an organization charged with protecting the shogun. It is comprised of talented swordsmen, including shogunate vassals and lower-ranking vassals. And nothing else
If you-
of importance.
If you want more information on the Okuzume, there's a game that focuses on some past Okuzume, an Otome game.
Oh?
It's called Winter's Wish, Spirits of Edo.
Oh!
Add that to the list.
That is on my wish list on the eShop.
Yeah, I've
Oh.
started playing it. It's pretty good.
Shit.
Yay.
Like, Anyway, back to this.
Yeah.
Okazume? The word was unfamiliar.
He's a Hatamoto of the shogunate. He is entrusted with protecting the shogun and his guests and friends who surround him.
Hatamoto.
Along with the guests and friends who surround him.
Hatamoto, high-ranking vassals of the shogun who have the right to a direct audience with him and receive a stipend.
A stipend. Yeah.
Stipend.
A stipend.
Stipend?
It's a stipend.
Stipend?
Die.
Yeah, stipend.
Stipend of less than 10,000 koku.
That's Coco being equal to rice.
Ah. Why would you drink an energy drink before going to bed?
Fade!
Fade.
Fade!
He said.
Unless
he
you're
found
like
out
me.
What do you mean I don't know?
You didn't know it was an energy drink. What were you drinking?
What
What were you thinking?
what did you drink?
He tore off the paper thing, so he doesn't know what he drank.
Wait, paper thing, huh?
The
Like-
label on the drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's continue before I lose my patience.
honored to meet such a man.
いえいえ、そんな
Oh,
こと
please. I'm nothing
父の
special.
仕事の縁
So the
で
job I acquired through my father's connections.
Wait. How exactly did you get this job? Nepotism. Oh, right.
Oh, well, he knows. Yeah, he knows it was through nepotism. Iba's not stupid.
Yes.
No. I was reminded of a 5-minute films crossover with Tomska.
But what would bring a man of his stature here, Ichikata-san?
I was wondering why I stayed awake until 6 in the morning.
Jesus Christ, sir! At what time did you drink it?
At the very least 5 hours beforehand.
Okay. 8?
I'm 8 p.m. Wow,
What?
I thought it was going to be like fucking 5-hour energy. Anyways, there's the reference that I have
Oh god.
for that bit.
Man, I wish energy drinks affected me that way. They just make me sleepy.
I know.
Honestly.
For Silvas in the chat, they because of how much he went through while he was in college, they now have no effect on him. He just likes them for the flavor now.
They only
I'm
affect
ADHD
me.
/ autistic, so my brain is like, no.
It's a
Hey,
drink.
what's that?
Coffee makes me sleepy. Sure, Fade.
Apparently not.
No, it doesn't. Well, it was an energy drink. That's different from regular caffeine.
Apparently.
He has like taurine, and stuff in it.
Energy drinks only affect me if I'm dead tired. Which was
So you
not
have to be like
yesterday.
basically one step away from passing out.
Yep.
Also, the reason I'm making Iba so soft-spoken is because he does in fact use the Boku pronoun, which is cute as fuck. By the way, I just to know he uses Boku. It's adorable.
Boku.
I like it. Like, I decided to make Nakakura sound like a himbo in tone.
But it's
Sometimes
perfect.
he says Ore-sama. He sometimes says Ore-sama, and I'm not even fucking kidding.
Wait.
Do you know Nagakura sometimes says Ore-sama?
Ore-sama?
Yes!
It's so hip though.
Yeah. Like, I went with Krunk from the Emperor's New Group, but I decided to make it not as deep. So if instead of going like this, I just end up making it sound kind of like this.
And it works perfectly.
It works perfectly.
I mean, you should hear the ending for Nakakura in SSL whenever we did that. That was so good. It's so
Why
cute.
is this really important person here, Hijikata-san?
This meant Hibasa was someone who worked directly with the Shogun.
Indeed.
What was such an important person doing here?
お前の考えてることはわかるぜ。
Oh, I see. You thinking, why would he know a guy like me, huh? He fucking read her mind.
I slowly nodded.
He's good at that because she's stupid.
You see, not only is this gentleman a Hatamoto, but he's the heir to the Shingocho style Iba Dojo, which is one of the top dojos in Edo.
Shinyoto style, taught at one of the four oldest and most respected fencing schools in Edo. Iba Hachiro is the eldest son of the head of the family and institution. Iba Dojo, a dojo run by the Iba family, who are teachers of the Shinyoto style swordsmanship. It is also known as Renbukan.
Renbukan. Oh, I like that.
そのイバ道場と俺たち
That
が
the Iba,
そこ交流があったその縁だ
the Iba Dojo and our dojo socialized often, so that's how we came to know each other.
It's really funny that this big
そうなんですよ
top 4 dojo socialized with fucking Kenan Vishin Ryu Geikan dojo.
It is really odd.
Yes, that's right.
だからトシさんたちがいる今
When
日
I
の
got word that I would be
とても
that's
楽しみ
me.
にしていたんです
Yeah, I saw
It's
it.
okay.
I do
When
it
I
all
got
the
word-
time.
It's okay. When I got word that I would be coming to Kyo, I was excited because I knew I would get to see Toshi-san.
Iba-san's eyes shone with adoration, but Hijikata-san scoffed.
So it was just no, not that one. Not that one.
今日はそんなに楽しいところじゃねえか。
It was just
There we go.
with Hijikata sounding there. I don't know how we would do it, but whatever. Just keep in mind that Kyo isn't exactly a vacation destination.
はい。肝に銘じておき
Yes,
ます
I'll keep that in mind. However, despite it being so dangerous, it seems even a woman can be with the
女の
Shin
子でも
Sugumi.
大使が務まるんですよ
About that. Iba-san glanced at me when he asked his question before looking to Hijikata-san. That's... I glanced towards Hijikata-san, who looked uncomfortable. It seemed like Iba-san picked up on something from our demeanor.
もしかして
Was
秘密だったんですか
that supposed to be a secret?
I didn't want to confirm, so I stared at the floor without speaking.
彼女が女の子なのは初めて見た時
It wasn't difficult to tell that she's a girl the moment
彼
I
女のせいじゃ
set my eyes on her. It's not her fault.
わかってる。
I know.
見るやつ
I
が見
mean,
りゃわかる
only a fool couldn't figure it out. Like Sora.
Sora wouldn't figure it out. Sora would be completely fooled by her.
Yep.
Case in point, Land of Dragons in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh god.
Sora would be like, wow.
You're right.
Girl?
You're a girl? Oh god.
Huh. Anyways.
Hijikata-san looked resignedly?
Resignedly. Yep.
Resignedly towards Iba-san and sighed.
Like someone having a look of resignation on their face. Well,
表向きは男ってこと。
her reasons for being here are somewhat complicated, so we're having her pose as a man for now.
新選組でも一番
Only a few of the men at Shin's Gumi know about her,
ここで
so I'd rather you kept it under wraps in front of our men. Most notably, the captains.
わかりました
Understood.
そのわけ
Would it be too much to ask about her reasons?
The shish kebab would probably be the best weapon for her in that game, because
But
it's literally just a flaming katana.
oh, the shish kebab.
Yeah, her father is missing, so we're allowing her to cooperate with our investigation.
行方不明って
Her
も
father's
しかして
missing. You're talking about Yukimura Kodos.
When he mentioned my father's name, the hairs on my neck stood up. How do you know about my father's name? It seemed like Hijikata-san was also shocked by his knowledge, and he looked dubiously towards Iba-san.
ちょっと待て。なんでこいつの親父がこう
How do you know that her father is Kodo?
それは
Well,
すごい昔の
I
ことですが
visited the Yukimura
激
clinic a
辛
long
診療
time
所に行
ago.
ったことがあるんです千鶴ちゃん
Shizuru-chan,
僕のことを
do you
覚えていま
not remember me?
Iba-san asked timidly, and it finally clicked for me. If Iba-san had visited my father's clinic, then that explained how he knew my name and my father.
It clicked just as this Pokeball did in my game.
No matter how hard I
I am-
tried, however, I couldn't recall his face. or
Were
name.
you a patient?
Oh, that's right, I need the guide. Fuck.
He finally remembers.
I already have it up.
No, it's the fact that I'm attempting to complete my Pokedex in Scarlet.
I already have up the guide. I already know all the answers.
Thank you, but I'm still gonna bring it up anyway.
Oh, Jesus.
Not honorifics, you Baka Gaichi.
Bagagaiji.
What?
That's fine because he's also taking some of the voice acting away for a little bit to help alleviate all of the workload on me too.
Yeah? Anyway, were you a patient?
It's where you're patient.
Alright, were you a patient, Eva? Were you my father's patient? Eva-san looked a little forlorn by my response.
いいえ
No.
幼い
When I
頃
was a child, I was interested in Western studies,
訪ねたこ
so
と
I sometimes visited your father.
Western studies refers to the study of Western, thought. What? Western
Western thought.
thought through
Just Western thought. Yep.
Through imported texts. First from Holland, then from many other countries. That is a weird sentence.
It is a weird sentence, yes.
And people wonder why English is so hard to understand and speak.
It is so bad. Oh, I see.
でも
Don't worry,
今度は
though.
訪ねるように
You'll be seeing more of me.
はあ何言ってやがる
What? What are you
お前は来
talking
なくて
about?
いい
You don't have to keep coming back here.
あそう言わないでくださいよ
Don't be like that.
同じ出身
Come
の
on.
吉見じゃないで
We're
すか
both from Edo. We're friends.
Eva-san drew Hijikata-san in closer in a jovial manner, and Hijikata-san seemed unsure how to react.
This is awkward.
Hijikata-san was normally really strict, so seeing him act this way was new. I had a lingering suspicion that Hijikata-san was actually enjoying himself.
That's a first.
He
Not at all. All
are
of
ready
the
to do some
commotion.
rapid fire voice acting.
Oh, the commotion must have alerted the captains. They popped up out of nowhere. They come from the woodworks, and I'm pretty sure Okita's under the floorboards.
Just Wakizaki! Soy! Soy! Where? Wah! 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 You are...
Jesus fucking Christ.
A reference to a particular episode of Ed, and Eddie.
Oh, I don't remember.
It's the one episode where Eddie soiled Rolf's honor by throwing the sea cucumber.
Yes.
My brain
And
does
so
not
they end up,
remember.
and then they have the duel on top of the log over a pit with fish.
Oh!
And Ed is just, holy mackerel! Yes, I think you're right, Ed.
Okay, now I remember as soon as you said log and fish.
Log and fish.
That's all my brain needed.
おいおい八郎じゃねえか
Hey, Hachino, is that you?
聞いたことがある声
Yeah, I thought I heard your voice. It really was you, huh?
新八さん
Shinpachi-san. Harada-san. Everyone else is here too. Long time no see.
Hey!
そうかお前も
Man, you're in Kyoto too?
武者修行か
Are you here to train or are you just sightseeing? Or are you just sightseeing?
お偉いさんの護衛とかした
Ah, don't be stupid. I bet he's here to protect someone important or something. Am I right?
まあはい
Well, maybe it's something like that.
あんたが今日に来るとなる
So if you're in Kyo, then I assume you have a pretty good position.
Iba-san nodded plainly in response.
I see. You're in Kyoto too, huh? Well, be careful. Don't be stupid and die or something.
He already tried.
Thank you, Soji. Sage advice.
Also,
助言ありがとう。覚えておきます。
Thank you for the warning. I'll keep that in mind.
じゃあ今度飲みに
hey,
行くか
we should go drinking sometime. I mean, we can even go right now if you want.
Oh god.
Can you shut up, you lush?
Hey, I'm not a lush. I'm just a guy looking to have a good time.
I love how the volume on my little TV is at 7, but still, Nagakura is fucking loud.
Isn't that how he normally is, though?
I mean, true, but I'm afraid when it's Soma now. Kaji is so loud he peaked the mic. Each of the captains surrounded Iba-san and exchanged words. They all seemed to be enjoying the chance to catch up with each other. It seemed he really had been acquainted with everyone back in Edo.
You're goddamn right.
Ichikatsu-san watched their interaction with warmth in his eyes and muttered,
This was good for all of them. See, despite him being a Hatamoto and also the heir of the Iba Dojo, he decided to stick with us. Not sure why, I guess he took a liking to us or something.
To you, specifically.
He seems to be close with everyone.
I see something I need. No, I don't.
He seemed to be especially fond of Hichikata-san, though. But I didn't dare say it.
まあちょっとした顔なじみだ。訪ねてきたら中に通してやってくれ。
Well, I guess you can say we're friends. Whenever he visits, be sure to let him in.
You precious tsundere bitch.
Oh, wow, I just had a thought and I'm not sure how this would go over.
Oh god, what?
Oh god.
Hijikata and Severa. Or Selena, whatever you want to call her.
What about it?
Just in a room together.
Oh lord.
I feel like he'd ignore her, and then she'd be mad that he was ignoring her.
Yes.
I know the Fairly Odd Parents clip for it. It's just like, I'm ignoring you. I said I'm ignoring you. Hey! I'm ignoring you. You should care about me ignoring you. Stop ignoring me!
God damn it.
Jesus.
Understood.
Oh yeah, the power armor with the one mask on it and the basket hat or whatever. I'm going off of what the Scotsman said to Jack. Yeah, there's this power armor set that looks like a... Stop ignoring me, ignoring you. Yes!
Jesus Christ. Anyway, before we knew it, evening had come and Iba-san told us it was time for him to depart.
では江戸に戻ったら
When I return to Edo, I'll be sure to ask around about Odo-san.
言っておくが。
Yeah,
その件
thanks.
は内密にしてくれ。
Just keep it under wraps.
わかりました
God, I won't tell anyone.
As we exchanged goodbyes, the warriors returned from their afternoon rounds. Oh boy. One of them seemed to take notice of us and he rushed over while shouting.
お前はあの時
You!
何をし
You're that
ここに来
bastard.
た
Wait a minute. This is this. Has he now? You! You're that bastard from the other day. What the hell are you doing here?
It was Takeda-san glaring at Iba-san angrily and demanding answers.
Who are you? Who sent you?
何を言ってるかわかりませんが
I have no idea what you're talking
あなたとは
I don't think we've been acquainted yet.
私を愚弄するつもりか。
You dare mock me? Name yourself, peasant. I very much feel like he would have said peasant.
You fucking would.
I am a Hatamoto of the shogunate, appointed as an okazume serving.
As an
Appointed as an obanchi. Yes, as an obanchi serving in the Iba
Okay.
Hachiro.
More words.
Yeah.
Obashi, an official spot post in the shogunate who is treated and behaves as a military force. Iba Hachiro, the eldest son of one of the oldest and most respected dojos in Japan. He is a master of the Shinyoto style school of swordsmanship, and his prowess granted him prestige among warriors and officials.
It's funny because in real life, he was
Shogunate?
released.
Okazume? Iba? Wait. From the Iba dojo?
As you were saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was saying in real life, the real life Iba Hachiro was really sickly as a child, and so his adopted brother was for the. But then he decided to get good, and just got good really fast. He was basically like that. So that's how he ended up taking over the dojo, and he did actually realize hang up the Shiek. So I'm glad that they included.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, he got
From the
tired of being
Iba?
tired.
Dojo? Basically, he got tired of being tired.
今日に所用があって参りましたので、旧知である市営官の皆
Yes,
さんへ
I'm here on official business to kill. I stopped by to pay my respects to my old friends from Yale.
EA Hall.
Shiei Hall, a dojo in Edo that taught the Tenon Rishin style. Its owner was Asami Kondo, the fourth generation head. Many Shinsugumi members studied or lived there. I like how it says lived there.
Yeah, they just lived there. They literally lived there.
Yeah, they lived there and nothing else.
挨拶などと嘘をつくな。
Don't lie.
先日のことを
This
告げに
is,
来たのだ。
visit is not for idle pleasantries. You are here to spread lies about the other day.
あくまで挨
As I
拶する
said,
だけです。
I've only come to pay my respects.
Just draws his sword. You need to stop lying before something bad happens to you.
思い出した
Or would you rather I remind you during the other day?
Please be stupid. Mm. This is madness.
Takara-san seemed to still doubt Iba-san's words, but
それは
Whatever you say, then we're settled. Looks like I'll be on my way then.
私は失礼する。
Bye.
by Takara.
Bye, Felicia.
Takara-san seemingly took hold of himself, speaking with a semblance of respect before storming off. Everyone stood still and silent. I sighed in relief once Takara-san had left.
トシさん、今の方は
Toshi-san, who was that man?
5番組組長の武田官流さん。
Takeda Kanryusai, captain of the 5th Division. Yukimura-kun told me about the other day.
He's just Yukimura. He doesn't use.
Oh,
he
that's
only
right.
uses honorifics.
That's
Yeah,
right.
with like people. Yeah.
Yukimura told me about the other day.
悪かったな。
Sorry about that. I'll make sure he doesn't bother you any further.
僕は大丈夫ですが、
I'm fine, but
この子の方を
please watch
気に
over
かけて
her.
あげてくださ
I
い。
think if he finds out she was there, it will not end well. It will not end well. It just
Okay,
won't.
got it.
それじゃあ、千鶴ちゃん、
Alright then,
ま
Chizuru-chan.
た会いに来ま
I'll
すね。
drop by again soon, okay?
Oh.
Your crush doesn't love you.
Eh?
Your crush is going to end up with a demon.
That's true. Did he mean he would come to see me? Or did he just mean he would visit the headquarters?
Yes.
I couldn't respond since I was unsure, and Iba-san gave me a smile. His face seemed reluctant, if not a little forlorn, as he left the
I
compound.
don't want to go.
No, don't you fucking dare! I stared at him as he walked into the distance until his figure disappeared.
She does it a lot.
Iba-san was a mysterious person.
No, Iba-san is a pathetic
Eh?
with a crush.
He's a what?
You do
He's a
cut in
pathetic-
and out a little bit.
He's a pathetic baby with a crush.
Oh god.
Aw, how adorable.
Even if he was someone very important and upper class, he acted with integrity and kindness. He commanded a lot of respect from the captains of the Shinsengumi. I didn't know there was a samurai like him among the shogunate. Yay!
Ba-da-da-da-da. I just hear the fire emblem like weapon rank up or fucking item obtained sound.
July 1864. I feel like now I have to actually go back in the fanfic and fix everything.
Yeah.
That's gonna be hell.
It's really easy to remember when I'm writing a because things takes.
You cut out.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Okay, let me. Okay. Yeah. I was just saying that it's easy when I'm writing Reime because everything takes, and I don't have to get much time to skip.
Oh, you cut out.
Hello, yeah. Mm.
Oh.
He's gonna go and fix it, I think.
Is it still being stupid?
Well, now it's a little bit robotic.
God fucking damn it. Oi!
Aye.
Oh god.
That's another Heisuke sound that will be very distinctive. The other one is oh. Hey.
How do you find Husky in a crowd? Oh, Discord didn't like that from you. It never does though.
Oi.
Don't do that!
Oh, God.
That was a bit freaky.
That's why I told him to not do that.
It's funny though.
Fuck off! Anyway.
Well then, I guess you are gonna miss out on the panty raid. What now?
There will be no panty raiding in Vishin Sengumi.
No. There wouldn't.
1 month later.
1 month
It's an
passed.
executable offense.
Yes.
Yeah, but I fall under the category of Frank Woods. You can't kill me. And I'm pretty sure Fade is the only one who gets that joke.
Probably. Anyway, 1 month had passed since the incident at the Inn. After the battle, I was able to leave the compound much more often. I suppose after what I'd done, Hichikatsu-san thought I earned a little more trust. I didn't feel like I did anything extraordinary, but I was genuinely happy that Hichikatsu-san approved of me.
Extraordinary.
On this particular day, I was out on patrol with Harada-san in the 10th Division. Excuse me, Harada-san. The Shinsengumi is out patrolling day and night, right? In order to protect Kyo?
Yeah, that's right. What about it?
But what exactly is it that you do? Harada-san was the only one I felt comfortably asking such a basic question. He was incredibly kind. In some ways, he felt out of place among the rougher members of the Shinsengumi.
Well, I guess we do just about everything. We arrest people who want to test their swords on townsfolk, those who don't pay for food, those who do get into fights.
People who don't pay for food?
Yeah, dining and dashing. Haven't you ever heard of it, Chizuru?
And then there are those chumps who think they can just extort money from merchants. We take care of all of that. Oh, so you need to go and arrest Takeda then.
It wasn't really the answer I'd expected. The Shinsengumi's job seemed closer to the magistrates than I'd first thought. Thinking back, I remembered how excitedly they were during the raid. What they did at the end was far more intense than their day-to-day work. A little further down the road, a couple of men in Shinsengumi blues were waving at us.
Oi!
Wrong!
Ah, well, close enough. It was still in the Baka trio.
True. Nagakura-san! I guess our separate rounds brought us to the same spot.
Yo, Chizuru-chan.
Hey there, Chizuru-chan. You find anything out about your dad?
Sorry for a second. I can't really hear the audio because it's so low, but I just heard Nagakura go Chizuru-chan, and that makes me happy.
Yeah, did you know Harada doesn't use the chan with her? He just calls her Chizuru.
Yeah, I think so. But like,
Yeah.
I'm just happy I could actually hear it because the Steam version, for some reason, in Kyoto Winds, it's not there.
Huh. Anyways.
The audio for her game is just... Meh.
Yeah, well, the thing is that you have to start with the default name from the start in order to hear them say Chizuru and not turn it back. And not call it for something else first and then change it back to Chizuru. So you have to select default name.
Weird.
Yep.
That's so weird. What the hell?
Because not everyone calls their protagonist Chizuru.
Yeah.
I know, but like that's weird.
No, I agree.
Hey there,
But let me know.
Chizuru-chan. You find anything out about your dad?
No,
I'll bet.
nothing today.
Aw. Cheer up. There's always tomorrow, right?
There was something contagious about his optimism.
Well, Senpachi, you find anything exciting? Nothing in particular, but all of the people in the street are acting busy, you know?
I hadn't noticed it before, but he was right. They were indeed acting strange. It almost felt like they were nervous about something. Now that you mention it, it looks like they're getting ready to move houses.
You think maybe they're worried about getting caught in the middle of a war?
What? A war?
Oh, yeah. We didn't tell you that, huh? Those Choshu bastards are showing up around Kyo again. That's why we got extra rounds these days. Yeah, well, we did give them a bloody nose over at Ikeda. I can't imagine they'll just stand around with some of their guys in the ground.
Are the Choshu going to try something again?
Beats me. Kinda hard to tell at the moment. Doesn't matter anyway. We just do our job. Choshu attacks Kyo, we drive him back. Simple as that.
They accepted their situation and never complained.
Until later.
I had a good deal of respect for the two of them.
Yay!
長州と戦がもしかすると近いうちに
Just doing a
上
quick
から出動
thing.
命令が出るかもしれねえな
And if they don't back off soon, we're probably going to be getting new orders all the way from the top.
You mean the Aizu domain will give you marching orders?
Hmm.
なあ
They might ask us to start. They might ask us to join as part of the official shogunate troops.
そんな機会めったにないからな
Well,
せっかくだからお前も
chances like this only come every so often. Who knows when the next one will be? Want to join us?
Yeah,
What?
you do.
I know.
I believe that the answer is I'll want to join.
I was perplexed by his sudden invitation. Does this mean I could march as a member of the Shinsengumi? It seemed rather inappropriate for me to ask to participate just for curiosity's sake. Still, I very much hope to be helpful in some way. Perhaps there was some way I could make myself useful, like a Deikudain. However, there was also the chance that I would become a hindrance. I want to go!
No, you want
Yes,
to stay
you want-
behind.
Nah,
No, you
bro.
want to go.
Yeah, we
you want
need
to
to
go,
go.
and then you want to go.
We go.
Kazama will be there, who's your future husband, so you have to go.
Unfortunately.
A
Anyways,
fucking brain cell! My mind was made up. I nodded to Haruda-san. I want to help. I would like to participate and help in some way.
お前の気持ち
All right.
よくわかったぜ
thanks for letting me know. Hanada!
もしその時が来た
It's because of the fact that he's so close and he says thanks for letting me know. Well, when the time comes, I'll be sure to back you up so you can join us.
Next chapter, you will have the tiniest bit of other than Haruka.
Yeah. Several days later.
Pardon the intrusion. I carefully carried the serving platter with tea for the captains and made my way to the common room.
すまねえな
Ah,
ありがとうよ
thanks.
すまねえな千鶴ちゃん
Ah, thanks, Chizuru-chan. Man, it's like you're an actual page.
Well, I was one. Technically.
Hmm.
Correcting him crossed my mind, but instead I stayed silent as I passed out the tea.
ありがとう、雪村君。すま
Ah,
ないね
arigato, Yukimura-kun. I feel bad asking you to do this.
He actually is polite enough that that is the form he uses. I'm like literally asking.
I also like the fact that I'm making him a little bit soft-spoken too.
Yeah,
He should be. Gensan is very polite.
very polite.
He's a,
Until
Yeah,
someone
well,
does
yeah.
something.
yes, and then he's.
Oh, it's nothing. After all, I am Hichikata-san's page. I spoke barely above a whisper, but Inoue-san smiled and nodded at me. Okita-san took a sip of his tea and a mild grimace flickered across his face. Is something wrong with the tea?
It could be a bit hotter. Guess it got cold because you were preparing tea for all of us.
君らしいって言えば君らしいけど
But I guess I can't expect this from you.
Okita.
I can't.
Fuck you, Okita. Thank you.
What does that even mean, Soji?
I'll never
Okay.
tell.
I'm sorry. I'll make a new batch right now.
Alright, drink.
And
いいって俺ぬるい方が好きだな
Don't worry about it. I like it lukewarm. I can drink it immediately. Right, Hijime? Hajime? Yeah, Hajime. Yes, that is correct. I suppose lukewarm tea isn't bad on a hot day like today.
Hajime makes his tea scalding hot, so he's flat out fucking in there.
Oh God.
It's so cute. He's lying to make Chizuru feel better.
That seems like him. It was silent for a second before the door opened. Kono-san entered with a stern look upon his face.
Time for the Patrick Six voice. The Shinsengumi has received an official request from the Aizu domain. All available soldiers must begin preparations to move out immediately. Yeah!
Well, that sound effect absolutely did not get lowered in any way possible.
Yeah!
I'm not gonna play it, but the one sound effect would have been perfect for that.
No!
I said I wasn't going to play,
I know, but still.
but it was the perfect one.
Shush!
Oh, make me bish. It seems that the Aizu has finally noticed all the hard work we've been doing, men.
He looked just as happy with the news as the rest of them.
Yay.
Apparently getting orders directly from the Aizu domain was an occasion for some excitement. Ichikata-san, however, was the lone exception.
Quit patting each other on the back. Get ready to move out. Choshu are already in Kyo. We can't let them get the upper hand.
As Ichikata-san rebirthed the men, the warriors all scattered to their stations. Run.
Meow.
Meow. When it was only the captains and myself remaining in the room, Ichikata-san vented.
Fucking. What? So only when the Choshu attack Kyo do we get called in, and as rear support as that? It's bullshit.
Thinking back at what happened at the inn, while the Shinsengumi were fighting hard, the Aizu domain was elsewhere and came strolling in much later. Remembering the incident, I felt like I could understand Hijikata-san a little better.
Okita, Kondo, you will remain at headquarters. I doubt you'll like it, but, well, neither do I. Your injuries do keep you from active duty, as does mine.
He rubbed his left arm absently and looked away.
Hey, speak for yourself. It's not like my injuries didn't heal. But I guess I'm not back up to full strength either, so I'll sit this one out if you tell me to. You're just making a big deal out of nothing. This is just a scratch.
Okita-san answered smoothly while Heisuke-kun pouted.
You're sure about that? Last night the pain you had you crying like a baby until the medicine kicked in.
Thanks, Faye.
Thank you, Fade.
More water.
Until the medicine kicked in. And that's a stretch. And saved the game.
Well, I can do that right now because I see it, even though it hasn't appeared yet. I will do it!
Ah, that's better. I lowered the volume on the Discord stream.
That way you're not bombarded with sounds.
Hey, what do you gotta rat me out for? Is there even a heart in there, you old bastard? But you did scream like a baby, though. Right, Chizuru? Don't bring me into this. Hey, don't ask her. It'd be nice if you could keep your mouth shut for once, you know.
Oh god. He glanced sideways at me. Oh god. it's true that your injury hasn't recovered. His bangs hid the scar rather well, but it still looked painful.
Ah.
Nagakura-san broke the awkward silence.
Well,
そういえば千鶴ちゃん
oh yeah, Chizuru-chan, you said you wanted to go with us if we got called in, right? You still up for it?
Huh? Even though I had told Harada-san that I was into the idea of joining them, it still seemed a little risky.
Ah, yes, well, I see no reason why not. After all, opportunities like this are seldom seen.
For some reason, Kondo-san was easy to convince. I wasn't expecting him to be so easily swayed.
San is like a little boy, and he's super excited at the idea that anyone should experience something he personally finds exciting.
What the hell? If she's tagging along, maybe it's a good idea for me to come too.
怪我が治ってねえんだろ
You're still all out of shape though, right? You stay behind at the compound, young man. I don't mind. So I don't mind Nakakura's outfit being black. What I do mind is his bandana being black. It needs to be green. Because wasn't it green in SSL?
It's green in SSL because it's green in the OG.
Yeah.
Well, it needs to be green in this. I don't care.
He's so adamant on this. The
Hey.
fuck you mean 4 knocks, Fade?
Ah. Ah, that's great, Chizuru.
Are you sure it'll be alright? Ichikata-san and Sana-san sighed at the sight of my reservations.
Double sigh.
何度も無事で済む保証はねえ
We
んだ
can't promise you won't get hurt or
場所でお話
worse.
ししてる
You should stay here. But Hichikata-san, my boyfriend is out there, and if I don't choose this, then I'll never get to see him again.
同行していいものではありません
What the fuck?
Because we're on the bitches route, that's why.
Okay, I should inform you. The Fort Knox is connected to midgets. I don't want to go.
Ah, fuck you.
In fact, they look rather like a group of young thugs. You're goddamn right. Do you
You
wish?
can see green bandana. I just thought I would show you.
I like his OG better than the remake here.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
The colors contrast with each other so well. Hanada looks the same though, so.
Almost.
I like Hijikata's dark purple better, but I think that's because it brings out his eyes more.
Simp.
I am not a simp. I just think his eyes are one of his most striking features, and they're one of the first things Chizuru draws attention to. And if his clothing washes out his eyes, then what's the point of it?
Simp.
Alright, read your line.
Do you wish to place undue burden on the Shinsengumi? We are not here to entertain you. Shut it. You sound like a bunch of kids. I'm Sanan Fujiko, I think? Or is it Fujiko Sanan?
It's is it Chaito, Socho, something like that. Fukucho is
Alright. Can I take that to mean...
彼女が迷惑をかけなくて
So long as she's not a burden, she's free to accompany us?
I blinked. Saito-san standing up for me. Saito
Oh,
has
this
found a
calls for it.
loophole. This is where Saito finds the loophole.
Hehehehe.
Sana-san seemed nearly as surprised as I was.
まさか斎藤
You can't be saying you're in favor of bringing her along?
Saito-san simply shook his head.
彼女
No.
池田屋事件
She was an asset
我
at
々
Ikeda.
新選組の助けとなりました働きのみを評価するのであれば
I only intended to point out that she has hardly proven to be a, quote, burden, unquote, thus far.
Never in a million years would I have imagined that Saito-san might have had a word of praise for me.
Oh, gee, an echo in the room.
My eyes grew wide, elated, and Kondo-san nodded in agreement.
Ah, excellent. Then I will take full responsibility for your inclusion. That is, of course, if you're still willing to participate.
Sana-san still didn't seem convinced. I looked around the room until my eyes met Okito-san's.
That's because Sanen's in full metal bitch mode right now.
Do whatever you want to do, so long as you get the fact that we're going into battle.
It looked like
He
I
has a
wouldn't-
point.
It looked like I wouldn't get any help from Okita-san. I don't know why you expected help from him in the first place. Perhaps I'd be able to help them out, like I had during the Battle of the Ikeda Inn. I nodded.
Yes, I would like to participate.
After that, everything was a blur. As quickly as we could, we prepared for battle and marched to the Fushimi Magistrate's Office. Fushimi Magistrate's Office, a government office that supervised the Fushimi Station and Yodo Riverbank, which was one of the 7 entrances to Kyo. There were a number of the Kyo Judiciary Commissioner's men at the office as well, preparing for battle with the Choshu. Magistrate's Office. The magistrate is charged with the city's administration and peacekeeping. Walking proudly in front of the men, Kondo-san approached the government official near the gate.
We, the Shinsengumi, are reporting as requested by Katama Matsudaria Katamori-sama.
The Mori Matsudaira. Matsudaira Katamori, yeah.
Lieutenant General of the Aizu.
Matsudaria Katamori, the 9th generation daimyo of the Aizu domain. He holds the position of Kyo military commander. Matsudaria Katamori was the lord of the Aizu domain, and also the Kyoto military commissioner, which made him a very important person. The man standing near the gate looked slightly taken aback at the mention of the Shinsengumi.
You were told to report here? But we've received no such orders.
No, that didn't make any sense. What's going on? Perhaps sensing my confusion, Saito-san leaned over and whispered under his breath.
If the lines of communication are in such a disarray, this conflict is worse than we anticipated.
Do you mean the Choshu is overpowering the shogunate's forces?
Not necessarily. However, I do suspect the enemy to be doing well.
The Judiciary Commissioner and the Military Commissioner had similar organizations, but they operated very differently. The Military Commissioner's office was under the Aizu domain, while the Kuona domain controlled the Judiciary Commissioner. Oops. No! Go back.
Rewind!
Read the terminology. Kuona domain. Domain governed by Matsudaria Sadaki, the Kyo Judiciary Commissioner. I didn't fully understand the relationships between each domain, but so far as I knew, the Aizu and Kuona weren't fond of one another.
Nonetheless, our assistance has been formally requested. If only you could just speak to your supervisor.
They got rid of one of my favorites.
It wouldn't make a difference. Now get lost. We have no use for Mibu's wolves.
Yes, great.
I'm sad because they got rid of one of the lines that I liked that was mostly flavor text.
Eh? No.
it's the you don't know your ass you don't know your ass from your elbow. You barely know your ass from your elbow.
Oh my god.
Ow.
Line. It's so funny.
I can't your fucking elbow.
Hi, Fade.
Okay.
I've
Yeah,
been
hi,
here.
Fade.
Are you
I've been
okay?
here for.
Are you okay, Fade?
I don't think he's okay.
Wolves of Mibu, a nickname given to the men who would later become the Shinsengumi. It
I
was
played the wrong one. I meant to play this.
Jesus. It was both a reference to their reputation and an alternate spelling of Miburo, meaning Ronin of Mibu. How awful. And after they'd asked for the Shinsengumi's help, I felt Hanada-san's hand on my shoulder and turned to look up at him.
So Melody, what did you think of Tutti Frutti?
Forget about them. This isn't anything to make a fuss over. We need to get this sort of thing. We get this sort of thing all the time.
This is so frustrating.
I agree.
I wasn't a member of the Shinsengumi, but even so, I've been living with the Shinsengumi men, seeing how they worked for myself. I couldn't bear to see them treated like this.
It's always the nicest people who get treated badly sometimes.
Yeah.
I am a perfect example of that.
Everyone at the Shinsengumi has worked so hard to maintain peace and kyo. How could these people who are supposed to be our allies turn us away without a second thought?
Fuck you, that's how.
Someone said double it and give it to the next person.
The fuck?
I appreciate it, but I'm gonna need you to toughen up for me. If we throw a fit here, then we might hurt the Ice's reputation.
My feet hurt.
Oh. Yeah, what hurt?
I got a callus on the side of my feet because it's been on the floor for a while. It's hardened up.
The fuck?
Yes.
Do you need to go sleep or something,
No.
sir?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Mm.
I always slept while walking in Walmart.
What?
Yeah, I didn't even notice I was asleep, but I was just slowly I blinked once and all of a sudden I'm in a different part of the store.
What the fuck? Fade. Fade, how are you alive?
I don't know.
Living in the South is a hell of a drug.
The Koana would only need to complain that the Shinsengumi hadn't showed them
I thought
proper respect to make trouble for the Aizu.
I think I sleepwalked. And no one noticed.
I mean, we have evidence of you doing sleep activities because
Yeah.
you redeemed while you were asleep.
Yeah.
That is true.
All of the men, including Harada-san, understood what needed to be done and they endured.
There's nothing we can do here, Chief. We should leave the magistrates alone and meet with the Aizu's domain. Aizu domain's men on our.
Sato-san suggested Kondo-san was rudely interrupted by Takeda-san.
Us? Leave. What's the point of ignoring a military command in the battlefield? That should say on.
Oh.
Chief, everyone knows that messengers get delayed during war. Leaving now would be foolish. I think we should remain here on standby. Ah, fuck. Go back up there. If this location were a camp to which we were stationed, then I might agree. Unfortunately, it's not, and it would be wise for us to act in the best interest of the Shinsengumi. In other words, fuck everybody else.
Yeah. Exactly. Fuck everybody else because
Don't
nobody
you-
else is looking out for the Shinsengumi.
Don't you dare oppose my opinion, an opinion, mind you, from the Shinsengumi's war counselor.
Yes.
No, Saito brings up a good. No, that's not the right. No, Saito brings up a good point.
Wouldn't it be Kun?
Saito-kun brings up a good point. Yes.
Kono-san nodded deeply as he glared at Saito-san.
We, the Shinsengumi, will officially look for the camp that the military commissioner is constructing.
And with that, the Shinsengumi set off to find the soldiers of the Aizu domain.
That one guy at the entrance is like, if you do that, you'll be sorry.
Night had fallen by the time we arrived at Kojo Beach.
Night had fallen.
A location near what is now referred... God damn it. A location near what is now referred to as Kanjin Bridge on the Kamo River. After leaving the Fushimi Magistrate's office, we made our way for the Aizu Manor. Aizu Domain residence, the Aizu Domain's official Kyoto residence. They rented a portion of the Konkai Komyo Temple in Kurotani.
Oh no.
Eh?
Oh my, excuse me.
Upon arriving, we relayed our previous encounter and asked for new orders. The official we met with directed us to go to Kujo Beach. However...
What happened?
What? The Shinsengumi is to join us? What?
What did I miss?
He fell asleep.
Plenty.
I did.
Even the Aizu soldiers seemed confused by our presence.
I blinked for a moment. Next thing I knew, I was face first on the floor.
Oh, Jesus.
We received no such order. I apologize, but could you speak with the commander at the main...
Nagakura-san appeared to have had enough.
I also remember one time I blinked 1 second, I was upside down on the couch.
What the hell? Okay. Gray's gonna go make supper and do some cleaning.
Alright.
If we're still streaming, he will rejoin. What the hell? He was the one who told us to come here! You want to screw with us? Fine. But if you're gonna be disobeying a direct order from your superior, pal, you really want to do that? But please calm down. I don't know what you... Shut the fuck up, alright?
The man flinched, then fell silent. Kono-san's mouth split into a wide grin.
I would like to speak to your commanding officer. Do you think you might be able to take me to him? No, I'm sorry, sir. He's very busy at the moment. Come back later.
At last, after a great deal of trouble, we were allowed to remain with the troops at Kujo Beach. You okay, Fade?
1 minute later.
The chief and the captains left the rest of us to speak with the Aizu commanders. They returned sometime later, looking tired and drained. Inoue-san, who had gone with them, also wore a bitter half-smile.
Speaking of drained...
You? Is that you, sir? Are you drained?
I'm upside down again.
Why are you upside down?
I don't know. Oh crap, my headset. Oh crap!
Stay right side up. Save your brain.
Okay, I'm up. Play silent.
Alright.
Okay.
I think
well,
I might need...
It would seem that the men stationed here are reserves and not the main force of their army.
You gonna go Fade?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna...
Go sleep. Go actually sleep.
Go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep.
Okay, one more... Fuck you, Okita.
Okay.
Go.
Alright, go, sir.
Go.
Okay, have a good day.
Hopefully he gets sleep.
Yeah.
I actually slept. Holy
So
fuck.
did I.
Oh. Really? Okay.
Yeah, of course he would. Ugh.
I think I slept at 12, I woke up at 2, went to the bathroom, and then slept. Till like 9 something. Just completely passed out. Great, save the game.
Yeah. Well.
Well, you can't read the text anymore.
Uh.
There we go.
It would seem that the men stationed here are reserves and not the main force of their army. Their main force has been committed to the defense of Hamaguri Gates.
Hamaguri Gate, one of the western gates of the Imperial Estate. It is protected by the allied forces of Aizu, Kowana, and Satsuma.
They're treating the Shinsengumi like reserves?
Then why the hell did they send us a message acting like this was some sort of emergency? What the fuck do you want? Oh. Just catching up on stuff, I guess. We can't predict what might happen. Battle may soon approach us. There is little to do but wait. I don't like waiting!
So all we can do is wait.
There was a chance that the call could come at night. Accordingly, the men stayed awake, ready to act.
Just let us know if you need some rest a bit, Chizuru. You're always welcome to sleep on my lap. Hanada!
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Hanada-san laughed as I hurriedly shook my head. It didn't seem fair for me to be the only one to sleep.
Whoosh.
Yawn. Anxiety wrapped around us all as the night wore on and dawn approached. At first, I tried my best to stay awake, but ended up nodding off. Even as I drifted in and out of consciousness, I could see them nearby, persisting against the night. And then, at the break of dawn...
A cannon?
Boom.
Cannon fire cracked through the morning air. In the distance, I heard men shouting and the clang of metal. The captives looked at one another and nodded.
We must go.
I stared at him for a moment, perhaps not yet fully awake, until I understood what he was saying.
Evidenced by the yawn.
Right.
I nodded quickly and got ready to depart.
Stop! What do you think you're doing? We were ordered to stay here!
An Aizu official tried to stand in our way.
If you don't stop, I'll say stop again! Did you just tell me to stop? He is not having any of this.
Even during our lengthy march the day before, I'd never seen Hijikata-san angry. Maybe because of his position as commander, he was careful how he expressed himself when his temper flared up, but it looked as if he reached his limit. Normally, he left the yelling to Nagakura-san and stayed patient with speaking with army officials. This time, however, he finally had enough.
He exploded with fury. I thought your job was to protect the Imperial Estate. What the hell are we all here for?
Imperial Estate, the Emperor's residence.
Gee, thanks.
I'm debating as to who should blow up when writing the next chapter at this part.
Oh, either him or Hadaka?
Yeah. I don't know who, though.
きたら援軍に行くための待機だろうが。
We're here to stop those Choshu bastards from attacking. Tell me, what are they doing right now?
しかし出動命令はまだ。
But we haven't received any orders.
Hijikata-san was in no mood for excuses.
If you got any kind of pride in your job, then you forget your damn orders and move!
Without even waiting for a response, Hijikata-san spun around and stalked off, fuming.
Boom, 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 boom.
Where are we going?
I didn't dare
To
raise my
war.
I didn't dare raise my voice above a whisper as I asked Saito-san, who was walking near me.
敵が確実にいる場所。ハマグリ湖
To where we are certain to find the enemy. Hamaguri Gate.
Hamaguri Gate. You mean where Aizu's main force is protecting, right?
Hmm.
ハマグリ湖門では激しい
The battle at the gate is likely to be an intense one.
あんたも今のうちに気を引き締めておけ。
You had best prepare yourself.
Hijikata-san's fury seemed to arouse Aizu reserves, who, up to this point, seemed flustered by the threat of conflict. In the end, they had followed the Shinsengumi to the Hamaguri Gate. Before long, we arrived.
This is...
The gate was pockmarked with scores of bullets. Everywhere dead and dying soldiers litter the ground. The acrid stench of firearms hung in the air. Even though I had tried to prepare myself mentally, the sight broke my heart. The scars of war lay right before my eyes. The enemy, however, was nowhere to be seen. The battle was already over. After a moment of stunned silence, several of our men were dispatched by Hijikata-san to investigate. Kondo-san sighed.
What were the Choshu thinking? They raided the Emperor's estate.
やっていることがよくわからんね。
I find it difficult to understand them. How can they be claimed to be imperialists?
Don't worry, I'm confused as well as why they did this. Kondo-san simply nodded in agreement. The Choshu define themselves as those who revere the Emperor above all else, yet they attacked his home? It didn't make sense to me either. Nonetheless, the damage was done. I was in the middle of pondering their reasons when Saito-san returned.
夜半から朝方にかけてハマグリ湖門へ
It appears that the Choshu attacked Hamaguri in the early morning, but they were repelled by the combined forces of the Aizu and Satsuma.
The Aizu and Satsuma had been guarding the gate. Satsuma domain, an outer domain governed by a daimyo named Shimazu. They initially supported imperial unification, but they eventually allied with Choshu in the interest of removing the shogun. This proved to be too much for the Choshu, who were forced to retreat. The corner of Hijikata-san's mouth curled into a sarcastic grin.
So, Satsuma is helping Aizu now, are they? Times sure are changing. They used to be at each other's throats. Guess the Choshu became their common foe.
The Satsuma had never been on good terms with the Aizu and other Tokugawa family domains. Family domain, a domain ruled by a son of the Tokugawa clan. They had been trying to outsmart the Tokugawa and ally with the imperial court to expel foreign powers. I recalled my father telling me that they were much the same as the Choshu in this regard. Unlike the Choshu, however, the Satsuma had gone to war with the English and suffered a devastating loss. Following their defeat, the Satsuma seemed to have become more open to cooperating with the shogunate. Or so I had heard, but though these were only rumors.
Ra, ra, ra.
公家顧問の方にはまだ長州の奴らが残ってるらしいぜ。
Hijikata? Supposedly there was some of those Choshi bastards fighting over at Kuge Gate.
Kuge Gate, a location now referred to as the Inui Gate at Matsuyama Castle. Ichikata-san's expression hardened as he considered Harada-san's words. Suddenly, Yamazaki-san appeared.
副長、今回の御所襲撃の中心人物らが
Commander, we believe the men who led this raid are headed for Mount Tenno.
Tenno Mountain, an important, heavily traveled location in the southern part of Kyo. It is adjacent to the Setsu province. Mount Tenno was located between Kyo and Osaka. They seem to be escaping from Fushimi towards Osaka. After hearing the reports from both Harada-san and Yamazaki-san, Hijikata-san contemplated deeply. Kondo-san was recognized as the former head of the Shinsengumi. However, all major decisions were naturally deferred to Hijikata-san. This was no exception, and I could see that all eyes were on him. He was silent for a few moments, and then saw his mouth curve into a small smile.
Looks like our work's cut out for us, boys. Harada, take your men to Kuge Gate and deal with those Choshi bastards.
あいよ。
Sure thing, boss.
斉藤と山崎は状況の確認を頼む。当初の予定
Get
通
the
り。
fuck out of my way.
浜栗顧問の主導
Saito, Yamazaki, I want you to figure out what the situation is here. Hold the Hamaguri Gate.
承知。
Understood.
はい。
Get my windows here appropriate. Yes, sir.
それから大将。
Your job is a tough one, Chief.
手間だろうが。
This is a lot to ask, but I want you to speak with the Aizu higher-ups and get approval for a punitive expedition. Punitive expedition.
長州軍の追討だな。
So, a punitive expedition for the Choshi, right?
天王山に向かった奴ら以外に敗山。
Some of those bastards are headed for Tenno, but others will run around and cause trouble. If we're gonna go after them, then we'll need to leave Kyo, and only you can get us those papers.
The Shinsengumi were entrusted with the protection of Kyo. In addition, this war was for aiding the Aizu and protecting the gate. Leaving our post to chase after the Choshu meant that we needed permission from the military commissioner. In short, permission from the Aizu.
I see. If the chief of the Shinsengumi goes, then the military commissioner's office will have to listen.
After what we'd gone through the day before, I didn't imagine Kondo-san's task would be an easy one. Still, if the representative was anyone other than Kondo-san, the Aizu would be unlikely to grant the request, let alone entertain the notion of a meeting.
Again, I want you to go with him. Make sure he doesn't go crazy, alright? Of course. I'll do my best, Commander.
The soldier snickered at Hijikata-san's joke. Kondo-san gave an embarrassed grin.
Oh, come on, you guys.
Perhaps he chose not to deny it because he knew he might go a little crazy.
Go full on Papa Bear with it. The rest of you are coming with me to Tenno. And as for you...
He looked directly at me. I wasn't a warrior, nor did I have political ties. Hijikata-san didn't know what to do with me.
You can't go with Kondo-san. But other than that, it's up to you.
Alright.
Now!
Kondo-san was meeting with the leaders of the Aizu. If I joined him, there would be nothing for me to do. I'm going to Mount Tenno. I had several options. Ichikata-san would be pursuing the leaders of the Choshu attack towards Tenoa Mountain. Saito-san would be staying at Hamaguri Gate to protect it and go gather information. Harada-san and his men would be going to Kuge Gate to stop the attack on the Imperial Estate. The question was, where would I go? I'm going to Mount Tenno.
The choice here is to go to Mount Tenno, no matter what you said.
Yes. What? Tenno! There was no question. I would go with Hijikata-san and chase after Ronin heading for Mount Tenno. Despite Fushimi being quite a distance away, the soldiers moved at a rapid pace. It was hard for me to keep up, and I was beginning to run short of breath when I saw someone. It was standing in front of us, shadows obscuring his face and clothes and cloaked in a strange aura. Ichikata-san seemed to sense it too, and he motioned for the men to halt. The Shinsengumi stopped. However, one man was either too excited or too foolish to heed the commander.
That's one of them!
I saw a quick flash of steel.
I feel like he would have just, that one guy would have just said, that's one of them! Yeah! And just charge at him. Hey, what the hell is this? You okay?
Nagakura-san yelled and tried to help the fallen man up, but he was unresponsive. I could see
Hurt?
I could see thick red blood already beginning to pool around him. Taken aback at first by the sudden attack, the men all turned to glare at the stranger.
He dead! Judging by those jackets, you must be the Shinsengumi. Taking yourselves for the 47 Ronin. I see. Boorish as always.
We were
I
already...
forgot to do this too.
Yep. They were already on edge, but the man's words only made the men more agitated. I heard from the men that they had their reasons for wearing their uniforms. They wanted desperately to pay the strange man back, but they knew now was not the time.
Hijikata-san.
I pointed to the man in front of us.
He was at the Ikeda Inn.
Hijikata-san's eyes narrowed, and I saw his lips pulled back from his teeth just slightly.
First, you raid Ikeda, and now you're running around looking to garner more glory for yourselves? You country samurai are gluttons for punishment. You're not even real samurai, aren't you? Turn back. Unless you like the thought of coughing up blood like your friend over here. I feel like as soon as he says that last bit, he just tilts his head down to where the guy died.
Oh, God. Insults came out of his mouth as if he was purposefully stroking the Shinsengumi's rage.
Stoking.
Soaking.
You're sure? You're the swordsman that beat Soji at Ikeda. I heard you pretty good, but big words from such a small little man.
Ichikata-san's smile was anything but warm.
I'd heard you were talented for peasants, but this sorry display tells me that those were just mere rumors.
I would like to take a break.
BRB?
Baby.
Alright, we're gonna be right back, chat. Hello?
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 Are you okay?
Oh,
No.
meow.
Alright, let's get back to it.
Ah. Should mind reading this again?
I heard that you were talented for peasants, but this sorry display tells me that those were just mere rumors.
He smiled, looking down at the man he'd just slain.
That man from the inn. Okita, was it? Get rid of BRB. Far too weak to be considered a true swordsman.
Thank you.
What, for insulting Okita?
No! You're telling me about BRB! Jesus. Ichikata-san's teeth were now almost completely bared. Okita-san wasn't weak at all, and I wanted to tell him so. But it was true that this man had injured him.
Insult Soji all you want, but how about you tell us why you killed this man in the first place?
Nagakura-san's sword slid from its scabbard with a soft hiss. The man lay at his feet, dead.
Just pops up like in a Gmod style. I am dead. If I don't like what I hear, then I'm gonna kill you right here, right now, Buster. You know nothing of a warrior's pride. All you seek is glory and praise. Like dogs begging at the shogunate's feet. Why are you pursuing men who've lost and fled the battlefield? They've gone to Mount Tenno to take their own lives. You speak of pride, yet you cannot comprehend that much?
Was he telling the truth? Did the Choshu men intend to commit suicide instead of retreating to Osaka?
You're lying.
I looked over at Hijikata-san and the rest of his men, but not one of them looked surprised. They'd likely known this from the start. The man stood in our way in an attempt to protect the pride of the Choshu samurai. This was the source of his anger. I could see why he felt right in what he was doing. However, I spoke up almost automatically.
Is it really alright to take a man's life for the sake of someone else's pride?
You tell me?
Only you can protect your own pride. The moment you let others interfere with what is truly important to you, it loses all meaning. How can someone keep their pride if someone else has to fight for it?
Your sentiment has some truth to it. Are you saying I should simply allow the Shinsengumi to violate others' prides just to gain merit?
He did not sound amused.
That's...
My voice trailed off under the weight of his sharp glare.
I thought you were trying to make some kind of point. You're just whining like a petulant child. This is war! What did you say?
The man spoke through clenched teeth, and the knuckles of his sword hand turned white.
I said I called you a little bitch. They started a pointless fight, didn't have the guts to see it through, and then ran away with their tails tucked under. Those cowards don't deserve honor. Criminals get beheaded. Traitors who point their swords at the Emperor don't get an honorable death.
Ichikata-san's words were harsh, but his argument was sound.
You both have your own merits. However, consider the following. Shut the fuck up. Huh. You mean to say that they should have prepared to die for the cause when they went to war?
Hanaka kinda is on the same stance, but we'll see this later.
Yeah. Any man who starts a fight he isn't willing to die for doesn't know what it means to be a true warrior. Let's say they do have some pride left. Wouldn't dying in battle be better than dying on their own sword? I honestly kind of feel like Nagakura and Harada should have switched positions here. Because Harada could have brought in a little bit of perspective with this.
What do you mean?
Because he tried to do Senpuku.
Oh, right. Maybe? Ichikata-san's own concept of pride and honor was not something he could easily compromise. Even so, no matter how long he and the stranger spoke, they would never see eye to eye. That much was obvious. Ichikata-san drew his sword and gave Nagakura-san, who was still in a fighting stance, a sharp look. Nagakura didn't look pleased, but he obediently stepped back and sheathed his blade.
You don't look like a coward to me. I figured you're ready to finish what you started when you killed... Oh, there was a... Okay. I figured you were ready to finish what you started when you killed one of my men.
Ichikata-san was saying that if one was willing to kill, then one must be prepared to be killed in turn.
Such is life. I see. You're skilled with running your mouth, if nothing else. Do you honestly believe that you can defeat me?
In an instant, their swords met.
Ah!
The clang of metal reverberated through the mid-afternoon air. They sprang apart.
We got the clang.
They sprang apart, eyes fixed on one another, and I saw Ichikata-san's hand tighten on his sword. The commander's swordsmanship seemed without rival. But this man had defeated Okita-san. I saw Nagakura-san reach for his own sword. He was trying to leap into the fight as well.
Damn it.
But when I saw him about to charge, I couldn't help but
Nagakura.
Stop, Nagakura?
Yes.
Stop, Nagakura.
No, Nagakura-san, you can't!
This fight wasn't why the Shinsengumi came here. Hijikata-san's troops' mission was to follow the Choshu rebels to Mount Tenno. The strange swordsman was undoubtedly an enemy. We might have needed our whole force to defeat him. Hijikata-san, however, would never let us abandon our mission out of fear of defeat. And so, after a few minutes spent grinding his teeth, Nagakura-san took his hand off his sword.
Hey, Hijikata-san, I'm gonna let your guys gonna take your guys for a bit if that's alright with you. Big mouth over here. They're yours, Senpachi.
The commander's eyes followed the swordsman and his mouth curled into a predatory grin.
Like Soji's? Listen up! We're gonna run straight for Mount Tenno, and we aren't gonna stop until we get there!
The soldiers roared their assent.
Roar! Damn you. Pay attention. I'll put a sword through your back as easily as your front.
Hijikata-san was in a fighting stance and put himself between the troops and the man to avoid escape. At that moment...
Don't. Ugh, don't get in my way.
The stranger swung his sword. Hijikata-san parried and was thrown back.
くそなんてバカ力だ
Damn. Why is he stupidly strong?
Now that there was some distance between Hijikata-san and himself, the man turned towards Nagakura-san. Stop?
It does say hold my place on here, so I'm assuming stop.
Yes. Stop.
In the name of love, before you break my heart.
My knees lock up and I drew my kodachi on instinct. My swordsmanship wouldn't be useful in battle, but I may be able to buy everyone time. As I grip my sword, a high-pitched clang of metal echoed and I was on the ground. I was blindsided by the hit, and when my eyes were back into focus, I saw his blade pointed toward me. Blood trickled down my face. Did he slash my cheek?
That Kodachi. I see my eyes weren't playing tricks on me.
自分で分かっている
Do you not realize what's happening here? That wound on your face has already begun to heal.
Huh? This is.
I slapped my hand over my cheek. It was bloody, but there was no pain.
No, he'd seen it.
Who would have thought that I'd meet another one of us here? And a demon woman, no less.
お前はど
Hmm. Tell me, what is your name? And how did you come across that Kodachi?
Before I could answer, a dull clang of metal rang above us.
Ching!
The man had easily parried Hijikata-san's swing as it came down on his unguarded back.
こいつから離れろ
Get away from her!
貴様邪魔だです
Oh, you bastard! Stay out of my way!
てめえの相手はこの俺なんだよ
I'm the one you're fighting.
それとも
Or are you telling me that you only use your sword on kids?
捨ておけこの幕府の犬が
There we go. How dare you, you shogunate dog!
Why do I feel like in the first version it was bitch?
How dare you, you shogunate bitch!
I don't know which one is more Cosmo-like. Dog or bitch?
I feel like it's dog for him and bitch for Chisuda.
God damn it.
Why are you booing me? I'm right. Yukimura, go on ahead.
I was jolted with urgency and dashed away.
Dash away all.
Hijikata-san had been behind me. I didn't think he noticed the cut on my face.
I'll be alright. I'm sure of it. It'll be alright. I'm sure of it.
Demon. One of us. Everything he said rattled inside my head. All I could do was run straight for Mount Tenno and not look back.
It's almost nighttime.
I was waiting at the base of Mount Tenno. Nagakura-san had led some men further up looking for the Choshu rebels. A few were left at the bottom in case any other Choshu forces returned. I'd stayed with them.
大丈夫ですよ
It'll be alright. They'll be back soon, I'm sure of it.
I know, but
Was Hijikata-san safe?
he must be.
You can't kill me.
No sooner were the words out of my mouth than a shadow appeared in the dirt road in front of me. A shadow stepped towards us and into the light.
Hijikata-san!
You can't kill me.
I felt tears starting to spring to my eyes and shoved them away with the back of my hand.
Glad to see you're safe, Commander. Doesn't even look like you've been injured. Good work.
Shimada-san was right. Hijikata-san was without a scratch. But even so, his face was dark.
Okay, I had hoped we'd have a real fight, but we barely started when the Satsuma stuck their noses in. What were the Satsuma doing there? Well, his name is Kazuma Chikage. Seems he's part of the Satsuma.
Kazuma Chikage, a very skilled man with apparent ties to the Satsuma domain. His extreme strength and prowess with swords rivals that of even the best Shinsengumi swordsman.
But if he's part of the Satsuma domain...
Didn't they help the Aizer drive off the Choshu? Why did Kazuma try to stop the Shinsengumi? I frowned. Something wasn't right.
Does that mean he disobeyed orders? Kazuma, I mean.
Probably. The man who broke up our fight seemed pretty confused by whatever the hell he was up to. In any case, they probably know they can't push him around. They stand no chance against him. I see. This Kazuma character must have some influence, even among the Satsuma.
Maybe it was because he was powerful enough to hold off men like Okita-san and Hijikata-san. But I felt like there was more to it than that. When Hijikata-san spoke next, his voice was bitter.
Probably a lazy bastard with enough money or influence to do whatever the hell he feels like. Someone like Kip has no right to teach me what pride is all about.
Before Hijikata-san could continue, we heard footsteps, and Nagakura-san appeared with the bulk of our detachment trailing behind him.
Hey guys!
Nagakura-san stopped for a split second when he saw Hijikata-san and then smiled in relief.
Well, we went up to the top to have a look, but sadly every last one of those bastards already cut themselves wide open.
My heart sunk. I wasn't sad that they killed themselves or that the Shinsengumi hadn't been able to arrest them. Only that more lives had been lost. Why is now my phone ringing?
Usted Majide? Usted Poppy? BRB, I guess.
Just Dad asking me if I wrote a check today. I wrote a
Oh.
check.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that you had already done BRB. Okay, good. Before I said usted madre or usted padre.
Dad asked me.
Padre. All right.
There's your answer. Why was that so important?
I don't know.
Well, I guess, I mean, that's literally the only calls I get anyway, I guess. I don't pick up my phone if I don't know the number.
That's true enough. All right. Honorable suicide, eh? Well, good for them.
As he spoke, he flashed half a smile on Nagakura-san.
But why?
He'd said that they were criminals and only deserved to be beheaded, but now he applauded them for taking their own lives? I couldn't understand. My question had come out instinctively, as if my heart spoke for me rather than my head. He spoke, his expression one of relief.
You don't get it. Of course they completed a mission, which means we failed ours. But friend or foe, a man who dies with honor deserves respect. Got it?
I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. But at the same time, it doesn't.
I answered
You'll
him
understand when you're older.
I answered him honestly, and his expression softened a little. And honestly, that statement is true.
If you stay with us just a little longer, you'll eventually get it.
Together, once again, we returned to the Imperial Estate to meet up with the rest of the Shinsengumi. On the way back, Ichikatsu-san and the man began to discuss their next move. It looked like there was still plenty for the Shinsengumi to do in Kyo.
Whoosh!
The Choshu extremists attacked on the Imperial Estate eventually became to be known as the Hamaguri Rebellion. Hamaguri Rebellion, the incident wherein the forces of the Choshu domains fought the shogunate and the Shinsengumi near Hamaguri Gate to regain power in the government after they were expelled. Although the Shinsengumi were called to action, their efforts were stymied, and they found little
I think.
Fucking English, man! And they found little in the way of glory. Communication with their superiors was poor at best, and they spent much of the battle waiting with the reserves. However, they encountered some odd people. When the Shinsengumi finally entered the battle, they all found themselves facing powerful enemies. Kazuma Chikage, who defeated Okita at Ikeda, he claimed to be from the Satsuma domain. Amagiri Kyuju, who shattered Heisuke-kun's head guard at Ikeda. Amagiri Kyuju, a highly skilled individual connected to the Satsuma domain. He specializes in unarmed combat, and he possesses power and skill above many members of the Shinsengumi. He also claimed membership in the Satsuma. They had also met Shiranui Kyo, who had fought alongside men from Choshu. Shiranui Kyo, a man with incredible skill. He is connected to the Choshu domain. His gunplay is very impressive, and it takes the Shinsengumi by surprise. Look at that grin. You can see his fangs.
Yeah, you got that right.
Whoever they were, it was clear they were not allies with the Shinsengumi. Indeed, it seemed they could easily become some of its greatest enemies. If they were to meet in open battle, the casualties would be severe. In the meantime, the attack on the Imperial Estate failed in the face of the combined Aizu and Satsuma forces. However, some soldiers managed to escape, setting Kyo ablaze as they fled. By some terrible misfortune, winds that day blew from the north and fanned the flames, reducing the southern end of the Imperial Estate to ash. As a result of the Choshu attack, Many imperial nationalists were executed. The Hamaguri Rebellion was over. The Choshu were branded as traitors for attacking the estate. From then on, they were known as enemies of the court. Enemy of the court, a traitor to the court, often used to refer to rebels.
Chikage, Kazuma Chikage's thing has been added.
1864, August. August 1864. I don't remember what's supposed to happen, maybe. The short time spent between the battles of the Ikeda-in and the Hamaguri Rebellion created significant civil unrest within Kyo. The Shinsengumi redoubled their efforts to keep people safe, but the more they worked, the more the shogun put them to work. His approval for their activities meant more official business, and it stretched them thin. Even with recruits from Kyo and Osaka, it wasn't enough. After many decisions, the Shinsengumi chose to recruit even more men from Edo. Wait, never mind, I know what's happening. Heisuke-kun was tasked with preliminary scouting in the city. The harsh summer sun beat down on us. Kondo-san and I saw Heisuke-kun off, his grin wide and his bags packed from the night before.
さて、じゃあ行ってくるとすっか。俺がいない間、みんなのことよろしくな。
Sir?
Well, I'll be on my way now. Make sure no one causes trouble while I'm gone.
Okay, I promise to help as much as I can.
大使募集の件頼むぞ。
Find us a good crop of men, Heisuke. I'll join you there next month.
The plan was for Heisuke-kun to go to Edo early and scope the potential men. Kondo-san would follow behind a month after, as he had the final say with recruits. But actually, this was all preparation to meet a specific person.
I wonder who that could be.
Isn't there someone you mentioned wanting to see?
Oh, we never told you, Yukimura-kun. His name is Ito. His name is Ito-san. He fights using the full screen myth.
Hakushin.
Hokushin Ito style. And word is, he's well versed in strategy.
Oh boy, terminology time. Ito Kashitaro, the head of the Hokushin Ito dojo and a loyal subject to the emperor. Hokushin Ito style, a sword style that was popular in Edo during the Bakumatsu period. Hokushin Ito style, a sword style that was popular in Edo during the Bakumatsu period. Both Ito and Todo used this fighting style.
まあ正直言うと、伊藤さんと
You're to be told I don't know him really well, but
多分話は聞いて
I'm pretty sure he'll at least hear me out.
それで十分だ。
And that's more than
伊
enough.
藤さんはそんな
He's an imperialist, but if we approach him right and with respect, he'll see fit to help us. I know he will.
Kondo-san nodded confidently, but Heisuke-kun looked like he wasn't quite as sure.
よし。
Anyways, I'm off.
コードさんのこともできる
I'll
だけ
do my
調べて
best
から
to,
期待して待っててくれ
to
よ。
find information on Kodo too while I'm out there, so just wait until I get back, alright?
Okay, be careful. It should be quite hot on the way, so be sure to drink plenty of water so you don't get dehydrated.
That would have been a perfect time for somebody to redeem that.
So would have been a perfect time. I watched him go, and the smaller his back became, the lonelier I felt. When I couldn't see him anymore, my heart twinged. I glanced up at Kondo-san.
Are you thinking about all the new warriors you'll be getting?
Yeah, seeing our numbers increase is a wonderful thing. If they're strong and able as well, even better.
He grinned, looking truly happy.
Oh,
His relief for
Look at that face.
It's kind of like a kitty face a little bit. His relief of recruiting new members reflected just how worried he must have been. I hadn't realized how much you were struggling. Now Kondo-san could finally smile. Oh. Okay, now... Oh. Time quickly passed after Heisuke-kun left, and a month soon went by. My brain doesn't remember this part. The day for Kondo-san
I
to
think
leave...
this is Sonnen.
Oh, no, wait, no. This is right. The day for Kondo-san to leave for Edo is upon us. It's not Sonnen. I came across him in the yard, mirrored in his thoughts.
Hello, Kondo-san.
Oh, it's you, Yukimura-kun. Is something the matter?
Oh no, nothing like that. I was just thinking about how you'll be on your way to Edo tomorrow.
Ah, true enough. I can't keep Heisuke waiting for too long, right?
It will be a little lonely around here once you've left headquarters too.
Ah, don't worry. I'll only be gone a month. Toshi will take care of everything while I'm away.
He didn't know how his kind generosity and Heisuke-kun's bright personality kept me going day after day. They were the highlights of my restrictive life. I'm sure I would be incredibly lonely with both of them gone. It must have shown on my face because he suddenly looked troubled.
Is there anything you want me to bring back for you from Edo? Perhaps a memento from your hometown?
Oh, no, I'm fine. You don't have to worry about me.
Are you sure? Is there anything else I can do for you? I think that's within my power to grant, that is.
He was always so accommodating to me already. I didn't have any complaints. But there was something I desired for a while. But I never had the nerve to ask before.
A tsundere boyfriend?
Before you leave for Edo, could you train me?
Are you talking about learning swordsmanship? Oh, no, that's a bad idea. I'm really aggressive whenever I teach. If I somehow hurt you, well then, I wouldn't be able to face your father.
Oh.
But I have to say, that came out of nowhere. Did you have a reason?
Besides, as far as I'm concerned,
It stepped out of line, so it says I stepped out of line. Which one could that be?
Being presumptuous?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to trouble you.
Right. Nom.
Please forget I asked.
He was right. It did come out of nowhere. And it wasn't like he had a lot of free time either. To put it aside for someone not a part of the Shinsengumi, it was foolish.
Wait. I don't know why you want this, but when your face looks like that, I can't say no to you.
Dad! Huh?
I will gladly train you. Well, so long as we don't go overboard and accidentally hurt you. Whoosh.
Here it comes. We found a cord to tie up my sleeves and set about training me. Normal Shinsengumi training revolved around real-life sparring with wooden swords. Kondo-san decided to go easy on me with a bamboo one.
Let's get started. I have to warn you though, Tenon Rishi style is a little rough.
I'm ready.
Alright, let's begin with checking your stance. Make sure that your feet... You said you were trained before, correct?
It was mostly for self-defense, but I did receive instruction on fighting with a kodachi.
Then that means you don't have to learn a new form. Get into the stance you've been taught.
Understood.
Bamboo sword in hand, I moved into the familiar stance that I memorized during my training.
Your grip is weak.
His harsh words stung like a whip.
Remember, if someone moves to attack you from the front, the first thing they'll reach is your sword and your sword arm. They'll knock your sword away if your grip is too weak. You must keep an eye out for that.
Yes, sir.
There, yes, there.
He hit me with the full brunt of his stringent teaching. I could see he was taking this seriously. And so I endeavored to take everything he said and carve his teachings into my heart.
Now you're holding on too tight. Given your slight build, you should do your best to avoid a strike from the front. To do that, you'll have to dodge or redirect the impact. But if you're grasping your sword tightly.
With Kondo-san's instruction, I practiced swinging the sword over and over, doing my best to learn and retain everything he was teaching me. Several hours went by.
Oh, it's getting late.
His words brought my head up and I blinked. The sun set without me realizing. Suddenly, in the real world again, fatigue slammed into me and I collapsed to my knees.
Thank you for doing this for me.
Drink! My every limb was shaking and I was drenched in sweat. I sucked in air like I couldn't get enough of it. Kondo-san glanced over at me when I fell to the ground, and his strict teaching expression immediately switched to one of deep concern.
すまなかった雪村君。俺としたことがついつい熱が入ってかなり無茶な練習を。
Boop. Measure? Midget? Uh-oh. Midget! Uh-oh.
Okay.
Hello?
Come on. Hi.
Hi.
There's a slight hiccup on my end. I'm trying to fix it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go to it from here. Wi-Fi.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, everybody. Hold on. What the fuck?
Something happened.
I don't know. Okay. Everything should be back the way it was. I'm sorry, Yukimura. What was I doing? I got so ahead of myself that I started pushing you way too hard.
I'm fine. The fact that you forgot and ended up teaching me that way, even though I'm not your student. Thank you. It made me really happy.
Rank.
Drink again.
Okay, there it is back. So then I could turn the hotspot off. I see. Well, if that's how you truly feel, then I'm glad that there's a bright side to this at least.
His face was a mixture of relief and guilt.
I am very sorry. I haven't trained anyone like this since the old days, so I instinctively fell back to it.
You mean before you came to Kyo?
Toshi, Soji, and Gen all learned the Ten and Rishis with me back at Shie Hall.
Tenin Rishin style, a school of swordplay popular in the Tama region. Kondo-san is a master of the style. Ichikata-san, Okita-san, and Inoue-san were among his students.
Sanan, Todo, Nagakura, and Hanada joined us a little later. Oh, and Saito would come by sometimes as well. We don't have much time, well, at the time much anymore, but we used to engage in bouts nearly every day.
Indeed, talk of the old days came up once one night, when everyone was well into their sake. Kondo-san's family were farmers, but it was discovered that he had remarkable skill at sword fighting. The owner of Shie Hall decided to adopt him so he could continue training, and that's where he met Hichikata-san along with everyone else.
Yay!
It must have been rough doing all that training.
Yes, it was quite harsh, but strangely fulfilling, in a different way than our work now.
He gazed off into the distance, clearly reminiscing, and I felt a tiny pang of envy. If I had been born and raised near Mibu, would I have been all of them under different, better circumstances?
Ask Kadaka.
She wasn't born in Mibu.
No, but she got to know him more sooner than she did.
True. Kono-san turned to look down at me kindly, a gentle smile on his face.
Earlier, you said you weren't my students, but...
Huh?
Since I, a fourth-generation master of Tenin Rishin, spent today training you, that more or less means you are now a disciple of the style as well. That would make you a student like Toshi, Soji, and Gen-san. Or Gen-san?
I think it's San. Maybe.
Thank you!
Drink!
It was obviously not official, and it was barely a day's worth of instruction, but I was happy. My heart felt so light I couldn't stop smiling. I bowed once more.
Kondo-san, I'm so grateful. Thank you for today.
Another!
Whoop.
Whoosh.
Even after returning to my room, the warmth in my heart didn't fade. I've been living here for a while now, but still I'd often felt like an outsider. I was only allowed to be here because we were searching for my father. I was never really one of them, nor did I belong.
But now...
Kondo-san's words filled in some of the holes in my heart. I was truly grateful to him. Smiling, I collapsed onto my futon. The strain of fatigue from earlier was a good feeling, and I let it drag me under to sleep.
Bade, take notes.
Eh.
So that way he can actually sleep good.
Chapter 3, 1865. February.
Yeah.
Is this a good place to stop?
I mean, I don't care, but
Oh, we
I
have
also
to
got
read.
stuff to do.
Wait. Fuck.
Hmm?
Save.
Yes.
Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. I think we're done.
I think we're done.
In which case, yeah, I think so too. Yeah. All right. Tune in tonight, everybody, for Beatrice Shauna.
Yep, more dubbing.
Yay! And then tomorrow is going to be Saturday stuff.
Yep. So Splatoon 3 for the afternoon stream, followed by art.
Yeah, there might be a possibility that there might be something halfway through Splatoon.
Eh?
I mean, you get those urges every once in a while.
What urges?
Like for example, I feel like playing Fashion Dreamer.
The
Or no, it was from last night.
Oh right.
Well, last night, the other night. That's
yeah,
right.
Stardew.
Yes.
See, that was a result of me only having played 2 hours of it.
I'm gonna save this and turn it off.
Oh, is next week the change, by the way?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll set that up then. But no, yeah, Sunday is Stardew Valley for the afternoon stream, followed by Persona 3, and then Monday is Hakuoki Art. That's it for the rest of the week.
And then Thursday, the stuff changes.
Yeah, we'll see that. Did we...
Shall we?
Did we want to raid?
Let's see, who's all on? Sam and Opossum. Is Sam even on?
Sam is on.
Okay, so that had to do with my little internet hiccup earlier then.
Yeah. I pick Sam.
Okay. In which case, everybody, please drink water.
Have a good day or night.
Try not to die because you didn't drink water. Let's go raiding, everybody!